this is the second trade for Bitcoin at the moment. We had that first trade through to the upside, now that second trade through to the upside. I'm going to include a little bit of bias into that. Now, as you can see on the 6 hours right here, the market formed these lows right there. We liquidated them and then we started pushing with momentum through to the upside. Now, usually when the market takes out liquidity on one side of the market, then pushes through to the other side with momentum, I believe that it's going to continue in that direction until it takes out enough liquidity in the opposite direction. So right now what we did is we pushed through to the upside here, formed these tops right there. We're forming liquidity up there, and I believe we can continue pushing all the way into them, maybe take out this high and reach into that high right there. Okay, that's my expectations for Bitcoin. Very simple analysis. Liquidity taken, momentum in the opposite direction, liquidity on the other side of the market, expecting the market to target that liquidity. That's it. Very simple bias. When it comes to execution at the moment, I can see right here, we've taken that trade through to the upside, already explained it, I don't need to explain it any further. Then, as we went through to the downside here, we liquidated these lows. Now, I know that the majority of you are looking at this liquidity right here and are saying, okay, there's liquidity through to the downside, maybe I shouldn't take that trade. I know that the majority of you are looking at this. However, for me, if my bias says that I need to buy, then all I'm looking at on the lower time frames is a liquidity grab, then push in the opposite direction. That's it. And what I can see right here is we formed these bottoms, we melted into them, we grabbed this liquidity through to the downside, and then we started pushing through to the upside with momentum here, and we formed tops up there. So while there is liquidity through to the downside, there is liquidity also through to the upside there. So there's liquidity on both sides of the market. Now, of course, if I'm analyzing bias right now and I see liquidity on both sides of the market, then I will wait. I'll say, okay, I need to wait for one of them to be taken, and then I'll decide a direction for the market and I'll trade in that direction. But since the direction is already decided, since I've already decided that the market needs to go up, there's liquidity on both sides of the market, I am going to target the liquidity through to the upside, and this is what I'm doing at the moment. I am going to target, let me find the area. I am going to target this liquidity through to the upside there, and we'll see how that goes from there. We had that first buy, let's see if we can have that second buy. That'll be fucking awesome, and we'll see where we go from there. If I take this, copy it, and I go and I paste it on my bias, something that I like to do, as you can see, this trade is barely 20% of the bias or some shit like that. So those are the trades I'm usually comfortable with. I know I say this in every video that I make, however, it's a good thing to be constantly reminded of. Hello everyone, I hope you're well. As you can see from the way I'm dressed and my new fresh haircut, that we made money on this trade. Not only that, I'm drinking some Evian sparkling water here. I have upgraded my lifestyle. I can now afford to buy sparkling water thanks to Bitcoin. Now, as you can see here, guys, the market pushed through to the upside. It came back to my entry and then it continued pushing through to the upside. Of course, this is a huge emotional moment for some of you guys. When your trade comes back to your entry, maybe you will rush to close it or anything like that. However, me being the big boy here and me being the smartest trader to ever walk this earth, I didn't react emotionally. And honestly, I didn't even see it. So the best way to not react emotionally to something is to not see it in the first place. That's it. It was Friday around 4 p.m. when it came back down into here, so I didn't even see it. And then Saturday, Sunday, I was out on a small vacation, and then I came back on Monday at around 10:30. Right here, at around 10:30. So it was already pushing into my TP. And this is why I always advise you guys to stay away from the charts as you enter a trade. Don't continue being glued to it. Don't be a slave to the charts, just watching your trade 24 hours. Of course, you can check every now and then, like every, let's say, 5-6 hours, look once, and then maybe to manage it or to trade or stop loss or whatever it is that you do with your trading. But do not be glued to your charts and constantly watching it, because you will get emotional. For me, part of the reason I don't get emotional, of course, I have a lot of experience in this industry, but part of the reason is that I just don't look at it. That's it. It's that simple. If you don't see it, if you don't know what is happening, then you're not going to get emotional. And that's one system that I use. And that will be the end of it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Good luck. Make sure you subscribe, notifications, all the YouTuber stuff. I'll see you in the next video, guys.